to Powerful Couple Journey, and it's our live video. I have been not so active lately when it comes to doing videos here because there's a lot of things that had happened. I have my ear infection. It's been so hot here, humid in Florida, and a lot of things that I've been working on, family troubles, things like that. Well, Filipinos, we really need to take good care of our families back home. Also, things that I need to contemplate, especially that we've been helping a lot of J1 teachers through J1 Waiver Helping Hands group, really wanting to know if we can pursue this, especially that a lot of you have been asking every single day if you can do it, either with the help of an immigration lawyer or by doing it yourself. I feel that there is fear, there is anxiety and stress while processing this. But one thing is for sure, if you feel and if you know with all of your heart that your intentions are pure with submitting your J1 waiver, especially if you are married to your US citizen spouse, then everything will be okay. When it comes to our processing, me and William, we have been in your shoes. It's so frustrating and we feel like nobody is helping us. But we need to focus and we need to brainstorm. That's the most important thing. I also feel the pain of some J1 teachers who have been working with immigration lawyers. One person today messaged me, and it burdens my heart because she was told to do the process, submitting the petition, submitting the AOS, adjustment of status, without submitting the waiver. And I'm like, you are subject to the 2-year rule. Hello, thank you for watching. You are subject to the 2-year rule. Why are you terrified of doing this by yourself? She said, well, I have anxiety, I have stress and all. I said, okay, but why did you pick that lawyer? She said that the lawyer even told her that she is not confident yet and it is her first time to do her papers. So she is the first client with a J1 visa in that particular firm. If you feel that that is the thing, then find another lawyer. You don't want to be the person that where they can practice you. And then they're going to say, okay, you sign for the G28 and that's it. I can take whatever it is, take money and all. So please find somebody who has already been in your shoes. That way you don't have fear. If you have anxiety, it's normal. It's a process. That's why it's called an immigration process, because you are changing your status. I'm not single. I am married to my US citizen spouse. And Terrifier, you are who you are if you talk to yourself like that, okay? And Nixie, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time and attention. And a lot of people have been so nice in our channel. Lately, I'm not so active because of things that had happened, but I feel and I am so compelled to say this, that please find somebody that has already been in the position, working, helping. And if you are not confident with your immigration status, find those immigration lawyers that have already had cases, and don't be their first client as a J1 because it's so complicated. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you here coming, and all your comments are also being appreciated. Thank you for the thumbs up and thank you for the smiles. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, it's been so wonderful to know that our J1 Waiver Helping Hands group is growing in numbers. We are following the group rules. We are even giving ideas to those that are really trying to get this waiver. We all know immigration right now is a hot topic. There are a lot of changes, but one thing is for sure, it is for the people. As long as you know the process and as long as you believe in your own papers. It might be hard. Yes, we've been in your shoes. We've struggled. We even waited for 2 years just to get all those paperworks done and get an approval. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. I know I'm just speaking right now because I already got it. And you feel like, oh, she doesn't have to be bothered because she has been or she got her green card for 10 years already. No, I am talking, I am messaging every single time, every day with J1 teachers, especially from my home country, the Philippines. They are really asking for ideas. I cannot give you advice because I am not an immigration lawyer. And I don't have any plans to become an immigration lawyer, by the way, because there are plenty of people already in America who are lawyers, and my husband is discouraging me. So I'm like, this is my way of sharing my ideas, and this is my way of giving encouragement to you. Focus. Focus on your papers. Focus on what is your wonderful relationship. Now, I can always say that most of the hardship waiver is through exceptional hardship to your U.S. citizen spouse. And that is one of the most successful, especially if you're coming from the home country, Philippines. But don't get me wrong, there are also denials, especially now if you submit your petition and your adjustment of status without getting a waiver. It is very crucial to submit that waiver in two departments, the USCIS and the Department of State. I have plenty of videos here to tell you about that, but some of you are still wanting to ask questions because you feel that connection. You feel that person messaging you, talking to you. A lot of you are messaging me through emails, especially Facebook Messenger. I'm so glad that you found my channel and you have been so good in talking and really messaging a lot. Butterfly, thank you so much for saying hi. I really appreciate you. Nixie, thank you for the heart. Thank you for being here. And Butterfly, thank you for the emojis. This is what I missed when I am not so active when it comes to live videos because your comments are really there to give me hope. Terrifier is not that way. This is the reason why I am here to educate, motivate on how to do the papers correctly. It's not that getting your husband, marry this, marry that. No. That's why the immigration is very strict on that part because that is like you are scamming them and you are talking to yourself. So that right there is not good. And I am not advocating to that. I am advocating to the right process because we've been there. We cried. We are so angry with ourselves that we didn't do the papers correctly, but there's room for improvements. And I'm telling you, based on our own experience and based on the experiences of those that are in the immigration process, especially for J1 Waiver Helping Hands group, we have seen a lot of denials because they don't know the process correctly and they are not guided, or some of them are being lax and they don't do the process right, which means even though you have your own immigration lawyers, think of ways on how to do your research. Waiver is a benefit, especially if you have the 2 year rule, which is the 2 year home residency requirement. We all know that as a J1, especially if you're a teacher, it's a teacher exchange cultural program. But you fell in love. You have found the love of your life here in the US. Just like me, I found my love. I found my William. His middle name is even Harrison. So like, yeah, William and Harry at the same time. I always have a joke on that one, but I'm so thrilled and happy with my relationship. God has blessed us so much, so this is my way of giving back. Our channel, Powerful Couple Journey, may have less views or less subscribers, but they are genuine people who are there to support, and they are sharing ideas to other people as well that might need some motivation, that might need that person who have already been to the shoes or to the experiences. And by the way, don't be ashamed on messaging me through Facebook Messenger. My name is Emmary T. Powell in Facebook. I am sharing ideas there. I have videos that I can prepare as well, short videos, but it's so much to do, editing, stuff like that. And you know, when it comes to YouTube, you also have to work hard with your thumbnails, descriptions, everything, hashtags, you name it, is a lot of work. But if you have that desire and a heart to do it, you can do it. And for those who are here, yes, so don't be alone and be firm with your decision. Now, thank you so much for those that are really believing in this one. Again, immigration is a hot topic right now. I'm telling you, please don't be a practice by an immigration lawyer. I feel bad for this person. She might have a quote already of how much to pay. And good thing she asked through Messenger. She asked me if what should be the process based on my own experience. I told her she should have submitted or she should have prepared for the Form I-612, which is the foreign waiver submitted to the USCIS, and the DS-3035. DS stands for Department of State. That is a waiver to submit. Both of them needs to be submitted either 3 days apart. That way you don't have to mix up and mess with the addresses because it's kind of like tricky. Now, please make sure that you have the confidence in yourself. Interview your spouse. If that is your way to get an exceptional hardship waiver, aside from having a US citizen child, the child is really helpless there, but it's an addition to your evidences where there's really a hardship claim. Remember, the waiver is a benefit. The waiver is given to the J1 visa holder, but the impact and the exceptional hardship should come from your US citizen spouse or your US citizen child. Not so much with the legal permanent resident, they don't really give a lot of emphasis to that. Well, there is some, but please focus on your US citizen spouse. Some of them have gave up already and they went back home to the home country, the Philippines. So if you do that, then file for your petition while you are here in the US. That way it's easier to process and you just have to wait for the timeline. Then maybe after a year and 2 months, you can file for adjustment of status. It's like a consular interview as well. There's a lot of things to do. But again, think of the situation you have. Me and William, we have fought for this. And we have a lot of anxiety, pain. We have a lot of stress in this one. My husband even punched the door of our cabinet because he's so upset of getting a request for evidence saying that our evidence is not enough and he as an American should not be just put that way in order for me to get that waiver. It's true. We somehow understood what they said. We highlight the request for evidence and we make sure we have not just focus on what they're asking, we focus as well of the hardship in two ways. One, what would be the extreme hardship of my US citizen spouse if I stay in the Philippines, my home country, while my spouse will stay here in the US. And another thing, we have a lot of evidences showing that there's an extreme hardship if my US citizen spouse will accompany me to my home country, the Philippines, for 2 years, while we are figuring out things if we can survive for that 2 years. Come to think of it, there's language barrier. There are things that my husband needs to explore and adjust. What do you think will be the scenario? Those are the things that you have to tell onto your paper. You're not gonna speak to your USCIS officer when it comes to your waiver. Your paper will speak for yourself. Make sure you do it correctly. If you are trying to do it on your own, communicate with me. I can share you my ideas. Or if not, that's okay. Watch the videos here, they're free. We're giving ideas and we are not against immigration. We are to getting these ideas. We want the process correctly because we did it correctly. Some of the teachers that we know through the Facebook group, they're saying, oh, if you keep on submitting a lot of J1 waivers, then there's going to be another problem for us, and they're going to make this more strict when it comes to the process for J1 visa. Well, if you fell in love, if your heart is into your spouse, can they stop you? That's why when it comes to the immigration process, they have a way to help you out. The only thing is, do you have a compelling evidence? Do you have a strong argument with your case? That is why an immigration lawyer comes in. But if that immigration lawyer will say, oh, this is my first time to hold a J1 visa, I mean, run! You're going to be the first person to get practice on that one. Please do not pay to an immigration lawyer that doesn't even know the process. Because most immigration lawyers, they want you to file for the adjustment of status and petition, thinking that you're like a K1 visa holder, a fiancé visa, which is not. That's not how the case here. We have the 2-year rule. We need to get the waiver. I even saw one teacher. He is blessed because he doesn't have the 2-year rule. He is inviting a lot of people to submit the EB2 NIW. What is that? That is for the national interest waiver. Yes, you can do that, but still, you need to get the waiver if you got the 2-year rule. So, if you pay for that person, then yes, he'll process the paper. But the question is, can you stay here even without the waiver? The answer is no. So better do it yourself. You EB2 and NIW is so easy, especially if you are an educator. We have Chat GPT already. We have the Google already. We have all the information. We have the USCIS. Read that. USCIS.gov. They have all the information, even the payments. But of course, some of you doesn't want to have stress. But hey, this is immigration. You need to focus. There is stress, there is anxiety, there is no smooth process because of the waiver. Getting the waiver is not easy. But once you get it, it's easy to submit for the petition. It's easy to adjust your status. Even the immigration lawyer will say, I'm so happy you got the waiver ahead, or else I'm going to deny this paperwork. See? How did I know that? Go to J1 Waiver Helping Hands group in Facebook. Just agree to group rules, and I, as your admin, will accept you immediately. I am giving ideas here and really sharing everything that I know. And I'm not gonna name any other person in our group because that's confidentiality right there. But my thing is, please make sure you know that stating the facts is number one. Make sure you know the situation of your US citizen spouse. There's even one person, Nexie, thank you, you're back, and thank you for the 6 hearts that you gave me. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now, here's the thing, some J1 teachers are confident with their papers. I'm happy with that because you feel that your US citizen spouse have been helping you, which is good. But do not be too confident because at the end of the day, some of you are just relying on your immigration lawyers, which do not do that. Do your own due diligence in everything that you do. Think of this, the J1 waiver process is 2 years, 16 to 20 months. Do your waiver first. The best time to submit is on your second year and fourth year once you have your extension. If you are afraid if your visa sponsor will remove you and you don't have work anymore, then why take the risk? If you feel like that you can't do it, talk to your spouse. Can we do this together, separate, long distance relationship for 2 years? Ask them. You have to know. What if you already have a child or children? What should be the scenario? What should be the case? So think of that specific ideas you have. Sit down, brainstorm together. If you feel like you have the need to talk to a person or to an immigration lawyer, do a consultation. Don't get us wrong. We had a consultation. We paid $150 for the consultation just to get an answer that it's not going to work on our case. But I like that lawyer because he's being so honest to us. He said that he doesn't have any Filipino J1 visa holder that he had been working with. So in my case, I studied everything. With my US citizen spouse, he's so willing to open up his past to me. Is it easy? The answer is no. He even have anxiety. He cannot sleep at night just because he had touched the darkest part of his life and it needs to be done. Why? Psychological evaluation is needed here. Stress, anxiety, how can you document that? Messages? No. You need to have a psychotherapist or a forensic psychologist. That's how what we have done. Good thing my US citizen spouse already had those prior experiences and had all in the paperworks already. All we need to do is to get that files, pay for the summary evaluation, put all of the documents we have, submit it to the Department of State, submit it to the USCIS for the request for evidence. It is very crucial at this point in time. Please, I am pleading to you, do your own due diligence. Do not stress yourself. Focus. If you are stressing yourself, then get that as a point where you are telling yourself, if they can do it, I can do it with the help of my US citizen spouse or with the help of my US citizen child who has severe medical condition. Unfortunately, I have talked to one Filipina who had a child having severe condition and she's asking if the medical hardship claim is the only way she can do. I said no, there are plenty of things that you can put. Why do I know this? Because a lot of people are sharing ideas through J1 Waiver Helping Hands group. So we are accumulating ideas. We cannot give legal advice, but We have an edge. We are already green card holders and we are sharing our ideas here for free. And why not? God has blessed us so much. This is our way of giving back. And if you wanted to get some templates, we have powerfulcouplejourney.com. We have the waiver bundle. Everything that we have there, we are donating it to our mountain pastors that we are supporting in the Philippines. And some of you have found it very helpful, especially the checklist and our simple ways of showing to you what our um, statements are, affidavits. And I'm so thankful that you use that. You help, you use that as a guide. See, our story might be different with yours, but it has that impact to you. And I'm so thankful that you've been there to help. And you know what? I will always make sure that this platform will stay true to itself. I have fears myself because I'm talking about immigration process, but hey, if they check my documents, if they check my processes, they could see that we did it legally. And why should I be afraid? Why should I have anxiety or stress? If I am confident that I have had the immigration process correctly. Some of you are asking, maybe I can just file for persecution. Yes, you can do that. But most persecution waiver are submitted in the first year. That way you can really tell the USCIS that there's really a problem in your home country. That's why you're submitting for a persecution waiver. And don't you know, once you submit for a persecution waiver, it will fall most likely to asylum. And once you say, I will go back to my home country, the Philippines, because I wanted to visit my family. No, you can't do that. They might see it as a fraud. And that right there adds up to the problem why Filipinos has a lot of problems. And it's very difficult for us to go through the immigration process. Please do it correctly. Please. As a J1 teacher, I am really advocating for the right thing because I know for a fact it's not easy. But we have to have the focus, we have to have the concentration, and above all, you need to stay true to yourself. From the very beginning, you put your hands to that form. You write the form with your hands, with a pen, with the signature of your US citizen spouse. You have to make it correctly done. Why do I want to go to the US in the first place? Because this is my dream country. And I've been telling my US citizen spouse about that. When I was still in third grade, I saw some books in English book. I could still remember what kind of book it is. It says there that there are already flying cars in America in the year 2020. And how old am I during that time? I'm 9 years old, third grade, really dreaming and coming to the US. And I saw an opportunity. It's knocking as a teacher in the Department of Education in the Philippines. Can go to the US to teach as a teacher exchange cultural program. And that's how I started dreaming. And that's how I started doing my own due diligence. Did I get an agency? Yes. Because I don't know the process yet. But if I have given a chance just now that there's a lot of information already in the year 2025, I will go through the internet and I'm going to do it by myself. It doesn't matter how long it is, as long as you have all the foundation. And by the way, immigration process, you need to have money on the processing. Some of you are using your credit cards. Please don't use that. Please make sure you have a pile of cash. You need to use money order or a check. But in our case, we do money order because it's already like considered a check. And whenever they cash it, that means the money is there. Some are using credit cards because they wanted to check if the money goes in and out. But some credit card companies, unfortunately, will freeze that account. saying that it might be a fraud. So please, immigration process is not simple. Think of ways on how to do it correctly. And again, if you have your loving US citizen spouse, you will really feel that comfort. You will really feel that strength. You and your spouse should go and help each other. And that's how we did. I am not really good in building words, but I'm good in drafting. So what I did was I did all the affidavits that we have. I studied the forms we have. I studied everything online. And then I also asked my husband's help. He's very good when it comes to the words or battle of semantics, we call it. So he helped me with that and he highlights some things that I can improve. You need to be simple. Think of their USCIS officer as a person that will read your love story. Your waiver is your love story, especially if you're married to your US citizen spouse. That's how it works. And if you need to have an immigration lawyer, yes, but go to an immigration lawyer that already has been with the process and have winning case. Do not go to the person that's just claiming that they can do it. And by the way, there's always value. There's always money involved in this process. It's not free. But the ideas in the internet are free. The videos are free. So take that as your own advantage. Listen. Put yourself in the shoes of a person who already been in the position, already been in the process. And ask for help. Ask for guidance. Watch J1 Waiver Helping Hands group. We have a lot of ideas there. If you wanted to become a silent reader, go ahead. I even have one person, she said she's a silent reader, but she messaged me and she wanted to know if this person is legit. I said, I don't have an idea because I'm not affiliated to any immigration law firms. But one thing is for sure, if you have that feeling that he or she cannot help you, then go. No strings attached. That's another thing too why I did my paperwork DIY. Aside from the immigration lawyer saying it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work in our case. Because for me, it strengthens me and I became a fighter. I have stress, I have pain, I have anxiety, everything, you name it. But I became a fighter because I saw that my husband is already crumbling and I told myself I will not do this to our relationship. And one thing that made me so hopeful is when my husband said, this is US. And we are believers of our Lord Jesus Christ. And no man can destroy what God has put together. I read that today in the Bible, and it made me realize that I have to speak up and I have to share. If your love is genuine, if your love is real, fight for it. Go for the waiver. Don't listen to the naysayers. Listen to your relationship. Because at the end of the day, who will triumph? Who will get the approval? You. Who will get the benefit? You. But how did you do it? Through the extreme hardship of your US citizen spouse. So we are here to help. We are here to share our ideas, to uplift, to motivate you, to give smiles. And listen up. We are here to give ideas. But please, we don't want you to be spoon-fed. Once you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ideas, boom, create your own. If you need templates, go to POWELLFULCOUPLEJOURNEY.com. That way you can create your own. We do not want to be spoon-fed. We are teachers. We are people. We are Filipinos. If this is more likely like Filipinos, or we are J1 visa holders. We have had that experiences already with the immigration. It's not easy. Why do we have to have fear now. We have our US citizen spouse. That's your way already to become legal here, a legal permanent resident in the United States of America. America has a lot of things to offer. People are saying, America's are doing this and that. Well, that's what you believe. We are here. We are happy. We are sharing ideas. We are free. This is a land of opportunity. Why do you think a lot of Filipinos wanted to stay here? Because we wanted to have the freedom, that quietness, that peace that we have. And we wanted to have a vacation. We can. So please, if your way to stay here is to get a J1 waiver, then do it. If you need to have a consultation with a lawyer, do a consultation to a lawyer that has already had a track record. Please, I'm pleading you. And if you feel like your story is the same as us, single prior to getting married, talk to your spouse already, have investments together, then our story might be able to motivate you and be able to give you ideas as well. Thank you so much for being here. I might be able to come back tomorrow for another live video. Thank you so much for listening. For Nixie, thank you for the heart. Thank you for the hi. And for Gmail user, thank you so much for being here. Yes, true love. That's what we have to give to our US citizen spouse. That's why I'm here. And I'm really offering my time to really tell that this is the love story that we are sharing here. You have to have that concise idea. And if you feel like there is more to this, I can give you more ideas as well. Love story, talking, sharing ideas. This is the whole idea of our channel, POWELLFUL because we are Powell and we are a couple. Thank you for being here. Oh, yes, I'm a Pinay. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time and attention, Gmail user. God bless and see you on my next video. Have a great day.